The sleek silver shuttle pierced the ethereal veil separating dimensions, its engines whining as it plunged into the chromatic abyss. Elara Vasiliv gripped the armrests of her chair, her knuckles whitening with tension. She stole a glance at her team of intrepid explorers, a motley crew united by an insatiable thirst for knowledge. "Ready the scanners," she commanded, her voice steady despite the anxiety churning in her gut. "We're entering Epsilon 9. Multicolored streaks of light danced across the Vistrekan as they breached the dimensional barrier. Elara leaned forward, searching for any sign of their missing colleague, Dr. Leo Carter. The last transmission from his expedition had been laced with static and fear. A planet loomed ahead, its surface a swirling maelstrom of crimson and violet. Strange geometric shapes hovered in its atmosphere, pulsing with an eerie luminescence. "I'm detecting massive energy readings," reported Zane, the team's brilliant but brash scientist. "Whatever Leo stumbled upon, it's big." As they drew closer, Elara's breath caught in her throat. Floating amidst the alien shapes was an all-too-familiar insignia, the emblem of Quantum Nexus, a powerful corporation with a stranglehold on interdimension research. "They've beaten us here," Elara murmured, her eyes narrowing. "Brace yourselves, team. This just got a whole lot more complicated." Elara's shuttle skimmed the roiling surface of Epsilon 9, its sensors probing the bizarre landscape for any trace of Leo. The air hummed with exotic particles, their very presence seeming to warp the fabric of reality. "I'm getting a faint signal," Zane said, his brow furrowed in concentration. "It matches Leo's transponder code, but the readings are A sudden tremor shook the shuttle, nearly throwing Elara from her seat. Alarms blared as the Vistrekan flickered with ghostly after images, fleeting glimpses of alternate realities bleeding into their own. "What's happening?" Elara shouted over the cacophony. "We're experiencing a quantum entanglement event," Zane replied, his fingers flying across the control panel. "Our mere presence here is causing ripples throughout the multiverse." Elara's blood ran cold. If their actions in one dimension could have far-reaching consequences in others, the stakes had just increased exponentially. The shuttle's sensors locked onto a faint signal amidst the dimensional static. There, partially obscured by shimmering veils of energy, was a figure. "Leo, I found him," Zane exclaimed. "But something's not right. His bio readings are erratic, like he's being influenced by an external force." Elara steeled herself, donning her environment suit as the shuttle's airlock cycled open. "Then we have no choice. We're going in after him." Epsilon 9's atmosphere was a kaleidoscope of swirling colors and distorted shapes. Elara felt her sense of reality slipping away with each step, the very ground beneath her feet seeming to shift and undulate. "Stay close," she warned her team. "This place is playing tricks on our minds." They pressed on, following Leo's erratic transponder signal deeper into the shifting landscape. Suddenly, Zane froze, his jaw hanging open in disbelief. "Impossible," he breathed. Striding toward them from the crimson mists was Zane, or rather, a twisted reflection of the arrogant scientist, his features distorted and his eyes burning with madness. "You shouldn't be here," the doppelganger hissed. "This reality is mine." Before anyone could react, the alternate Zane unleashed a torrent of energy from his palms, sending Elara and her team scrambling for cover. Elara's heart pounded in her ears as she assessed the situation. If they were encountering alternate versions of themselves, the multiverse was in even greater peril than she'd feared. A gentle hand on her shoulder made her start. She whirled around, her pulse racing, only to find herself staring into a pair of familiar eyes, those of her second in command, Alex Ryder. "Elara," he said softly, his gaze intense. "We need to keep moving, for Leo, and for all of us." Despite the madness unfolding around them, Elara felt an undeniable spark ignite between them. She gave a small nod, her throat too tight to speak. They would rescue Leo and unravel this tangled web, no matter the cost. After a harrowing escape from their twisted doppelgangers, Elara and her team found themselves adrift in the churning chaos of Epsilon 9. They had lost their shuttle and nearly all their equipment, leaving them stranded and vulnerable. Just as hope seemed to fade, a blinding flash of light heralded the arrival of a massive construct, a gleaming city that seemed to defy the laws of physics, its towers and spires twisting in impossible angles. "Welcome," dimensional travelers, a booming voice echoed from the city's heart. You have found sanctuary among the Altera Primis, guardians of the multiverse. Elara stepped forward, her voice tinged with trepidation. We seek knowledge and Dave. Our colleague has been taken by forces intent on unraveling reality itself. A shimmering figure emerged from the city's gates, a being composed of pure energy, its form constantly shifting and reforming. We are aware of the rogue scientists, known as Quantum Nexus. They seek to harness the power of the quantum realm for their own nefarious purposes, regardless of the devastation it would unleash upon the multiverse. Elara felt her heart sink. Leo had been caught in the crossfire of a conflict that threatened to tear apart the very fabric of existence. What must we do, she asked, her voice laced with determination. The entity's luminous gaze bored into her. You must choose, Elara vacillated. Will you save your friend, or preserve the integrity of the multiverse itself? Elara's mind raced as she weighed the consequences of her decision. Save Leo and risk unleashing untold chaos upon the multiverse, or sacrifice her friend to maintain the delicate balance of reality. She thought of Leo's infectious smile, his boundless curiosity, and the countless nights they had spent poring over starch arts and theorizing about the mysteries of the cosmos. Could she truly abandon him to the twisted machinations of Quantum Nexus? Yet, the haunting words of the Altera Primis echoed in her mind. The rogue scientists sought to harness forces beyond their comprehension, forces that could unravel the very fabric of existence. Countless worlds, entire universes, hung in the balance, stealing her resolve. Elara turned to her team, her family, bound by a shared thirst for knowledge and adventure. In their eyes, she saw the same determination that had carried them through countless harrowing challenges. We fight, she declared, her voice ringing with conviction. We fight for Leo, for the multiverse, for everything we hold dear. As if in answer, a deafening roar erupted from the heart of Epsilon 9. Reality itself seemed to shudder as massive constructs tore through the fabric of space-time, disgorging legions of twisted beings, the forces of Quantum Nexus. Elara gripped her plasma rifle, her knuckles whitening with resolve. Whatever it takes, we end this today. For Leo, for the multiverse. With a rallying cry, she and her team charged headlong into the maelstrom, their weapons blazing defiance against the encroaching darkness. The fate of infinite realities rested upon their shoulders, and they would not falter.